Hello, it's Oksana, and this is going to be a chit chat. Get ready with me. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting ready as I tell you a little bit about my plan here for this video as well as for other videos as well. So I am hoping to record this video and then record right after my favorites, my very, very belated favorites video. And if that works out, because my son's sleeping right now and my daughter's at camp, so if he remains sleeping and I can actually tape my favorites video, then I'll go ahead and get that posted first, because it is very, very late. So right now it's Thursday, the 5th. I had to think about that. So it's already like 5 days late. The reason that it's late and the reason that I'm filming on a Thursday, because I usually film on the weekends. It's really difficult for me to film during the week, having 2 little kids. So I tend to film on the weekend. My husband will watch the kids like one of the days, either Saturday or Sunday, and I will get ready and film and all that good stuff. So this past weekend I did not get to film because I have been really sick, which is probably what the story is going to be about in this video. So I caught a cold and it has just been horrific. Luckily I had a lot of videos pre-recorded, so you probably didn't really notice much of like a, delay and stuff like that. I try to get videos up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but this past Friday, that's, when I came down with it the worst, and so I actually was not able to, I had a video recorded, but I wasn't able to edit and upload it until Saturday, so that was my little delay. But other than that, I've been able to kind of stay on track. So what happened with my cold? I came down with a fever. My daughter's been coughing a little bit. And we had gone to this like birthday party, and there's a lot of little kids there. I think that's where we caught it, because after that she had a little bit of a cough, and she's tough. I'm the weakest one. Like, if everyone's getting sick, I always get sick, like way worse than everybody else for some reason. I need to strengthen my immune system. So I developed a fever Friday, and I was just like so miserable pretty much this whole past weekend. And then I thought that I was feeling better, but then on Monday night I started to feel really bad again, and I got a fever again. And usually the problem that I will have is I will develop a sinus infection. A lot of times when I catch colds, that's what they will turn into. And so that's exactly how I was feeling. I could not sleep at all that night because I just had such intense pain. If you've ever had a sinus infection, like you have all this pressure in your head, and every time you move your head, or even if you don't move your head, you just have a lot of pain, like where your sinuses are. So some people get it up here. I don't usually get it up here, but I get it like all here. It's like behind your eyes. For me, it kind of goes this way, and like I get ear pain with it as well. And so I was like, oh no, I'm getting a sinus infection. And it's like the most that it's ever hurt. I don't know if it's because it was the middle of the night and I'm just lying there, and there's really nothing to distract you from the pain. And then finally in like the middle of the night, I took an Advil because I was like, I need to sleep. I hate taking medicine. I absolutely hate it, and try to avoid it at all costs. And especially right now, I'm nursing my son. I don't want him to get some kind of chemical in his system. So I did end up taking, I usually take half, but it was the middle of the night. I couldn't fumble with like a knife trying to cut an Advil in half, which is normally what I would do. So I just took a whole Advil, and then I felt better and I was able to sleep a little bit, like the remainder of the night. Next day, I went to the doctor. That night, actually, I told my husband, I was like, I'm gonna go to the doctor the next day, or just to like the emergency clinic or the walk-in clinic, whatever it's called. And he actually had a meeting that day. So he stayed home with the kids in the morning, and I just tried to get like the earliest possible appointment and just, you know, be as fast as possible so I'm not holding him up. And I went, and I didn't really get a clear diagnosis, I don't think. Like, I told the doctor that, you know, I get sinus infections really often, and that's what it feels like I have. You know, I told her my symptoms, and that I've been sick for a little bit, like I had a cold, and then, you know, now it's kind of turned into this. And she was just kind of like, yeah, and she looked, you know, at my throat and my ears and blah, blah, blah. And my throat really hurts, by the way. That's like what this cold was all about before it turned into a sinus thing, is that not like the kind of sore throat where it's just like raw and it like stings when you swallow, but the kind where like, what are those called? Those things that are like right here that people, I think people sometimes have removed. I don't know what they're called. I can't think of it right now. I know what they're called, but I can't think of it right now. They're not lymph nodes, which is like what comes to mind. But that's not what it is. And they're like really swollen and sore. And she's like, oh yeah, I can feel like how swollen that is. And that's what it started with, like just this pain like here. And then she was like, I'll just prescribe you antibiotics, and that's what she did. And I'm assuming that it's a sinus infection, because I never really got a clear, like, you have this, you know, statement from her. So I'm assuming that she was just in agreement that it turned into a sinus infection, and that's my diagnosis. I don't know. And tonsils. They're called tonsils. I just remembered. And I actually, so that day, I came home, my husband went to work, and that evening he went and picked up my antibiotics from the drugstore and all that stuff. And I was feeling like, I don't want to say better. Well, I guess it's technically better. Like, I was, before, you know, when I went to the doctor, I was feeling horrible, just like death, like really bad, right? And then by the time that my husband got home later that evening, I was feeling slightly better. Like, I still felt really horrendous, but I wasn't like, I can't even move, like in bed, like, you know? So I felt like, even though I still feel really bad, I'm slightly better, you know? And I didn't have a fever anymore either, so I felt like it was some kind of progress. I don't know if you know what I mean. But I don't know, it kind of encouraged me, you know, that my body was fighting off whatever is wrong with me. And I didn't want to take the antibiotics because I take them so often. Well, I have been taking them so often, I should say. Ever since having kids and my daughter getting old enough, you know, where she plays with her kids and gets germs and goes to, you know, like classes and things. And she stays home. She doesn't go to daycare or anything, but still, like, I take her to different activities and on play dates and stuff like that. So there's, you know, there's always places to find germs. Ever since that, I had been sick so much. Before that, I wasn't sick too much. But ever since that, every cold I seem to get turns into a sinus infection, and I end up on antibiotics, and it's like every 3 months for the past, like, I don't know, year or something. And I don't like that at all. Like, I don't want to be taking antibiotics a ton. They're not good for you, especially when you take them that often. I mean, they're good, like, you know, if you really, really, truly need them, there's cases where they can save your life, you know, and I don't mean, you know, nothing bad about antibiotics. Like, you know, if you need them, then you absolutely take them. But in this case, I felt like maybe my body can recover on its own, because, I mean, it's not like before the invention of antibiotics, everyone was just dropping dead every time they caught a cold and got a sinus infection. Like, I must be able to fight it off on my own. That's my thought process. I'm not saying that's like the ultimate truth, but I was saying like that's kind of what was going through my head, you know? Like, I must be able to fight it off on my own. Maybe it'll be, you know, much more difficult journey, but maybe that's what I need to do so that I can stop, you know, so I don't rely on antibiotics, because I feel like if I take them every time this happens, like I've formed this reliance, and I've already, you know, taken them so many times that my body like doesn't know how to fight off a sinus infection anymore. I don't know. So I decided that I was not going to take them. And, well, I shouldn't say that. I decided that I was going to see how things go. And hopefully I wouldn't need to take them. So that's what I did. And I have been miserable, and my throat is all messed up and it hurts, and I don't know if you can tell my voice is like kind of hoarse. Is that what you say? Is that the right word? Harsh? Hoarse? I think hoarse is the right word. But anyway, and like I probably sound really stuffed up, because I am really stuffed up too, but I feel like slowly but surely I'm getting better. So right now it's Thursday already, and I'm able to, you know, function well enough to where I can sit here and film this video. I'm sorry I didn't have the energy to make my hair all pretty, but like I usually do. This is gonna be a hair up video, and I feel like I'm, you know, I'm getting there. And I mean, if I need to take antibiotics at any point, you know, I get real bad, I will, but if I feel like I can function and stuff, and I'm gonna try to get better on my own and fight it off on my own. That's my goal. And that is what I'm trying to accomplish here. I'm just gonna do my liquid liner. I can never talk while I do this, because this is like, I need my full concentration, and then I'm gonna come back and do the rest of my eyeshadow and stuff. All right, so getting back to my story here. By the way, in case you're wondering, because I'm really bad at listing it down below, so I put Silk Natural Sonic all over my lid, and I'm going to use the All Natural Face Lemon Ice in my inner corner, doubloons in my crease, and Brimstone to deepen up my outer V. So what was I saying? Oh yes, so about being sick. So hopefully I will be better soon, and I will be able to fight this off on my own. I actually, I do use home remedies. Like I use this saline stuff for my nose, and I use Manuka honey. It's a very medicinal honey that's supposed to like be very antibacterial and all that stuff, antimicrobial. And so I looked up some more things. Like I try not to do anything too weird, because I am nursing my son, but he's 1 and I'm nursing him a lot less and stuff, and probably if it's the way that if it's like it was with my daughter, where she just like refused to nurse after she was 13 months old, then you know I will be done nursing him if that happens. And I will be able to take more things like herbal teas and different, you know, things to help you get over a cold. So I actually I needed more Manuka honey. So I went on Vitacost, and then I actually ended up looking up all of these kind of, you know, home remedies and different supplements and things like that. So I will have a haul coming up with that. But I ended up buying a whole bunch of things. I'm not really sure, you know, I'm going to research which ones are safe to use now while I'm nursing him. And then the ones that are not, I'll just, you know, wait a couple months until we're done. And then I will use those at that time. So I'm hoping to really kind of, you know, take it seriously and do everything I can, you know, take whatever, they're all natural kind of remedies, so different, you know, herbs and plants and stuff. So, and I've been eating garlic too. Garlic's supposed to be really good, so I've been eating a lot of that, even though it's so gross. Well, I like garlic in food, but eating a lot of it, like for the sake of eating it to get healthy, it's gross. You know, like I'll squeeze out a couple of cloves of it and I'll like put it on crackers and try to eat it, but it's so like bitter and spicy. I don't know if spicy is the right word, but you know what I mean. If you've ever eaten garlic, you know what it tastes like. And what else I wanted to tell you. So my daughter actually is in summer camp right now. That's why I'm able to film here. My son's taking a nap. And it's not a real serious summer camp. It's only 3 hours a day. It's not like all day long, all summer long or anything. She's only gonna do 10 days this summer total. So, because we're leaving next week on our trip, so we'll be gone for a month, and then sorry, a trip to visit my parents. If you haven't, if you don't know that already. And let's see here. Sorry, I'm so disorganized right now. So she's going, oh, I have 5 minutes left. All right, hold on one second. All right, my memory card was full. So the summer camp is only for 3 hours a day, and it's not going to be every day. Like, she's going to be doing it maybe like once or twice a week. You can pick whatever days you want, so I just picked like some random days. I think I picked like about 10 days throughout the summer. Mostly, you know, after, obviously, after we get back, and then right now, today, before we leave as well. And I'm really excited for her. She doesn't get like separation anxiety or anything, because she's been in this sort of situation before where she's been, you know, without me and my husband. And she does really, really well. So I'm really excited for her. I think she's going to have a ton of fun. And I can't wait to see her a couple hours from now. But I'm also really excited I got this opportunity to film and everything. And one thing that is kind of on the topic of, you know, health and catching colds and stuff. So I mentioned, you know, this is kind of, I haven't been this sick since before I had my daughter, because I, you know, I'm a clean person, I wash my hands, I have good hygiene, I don't really, you know, if someone sneezes, I don't, you know, I try to stay out of their way so I don't catch whatever they have. So obviously little kids don't do that. And one thing that I'm worried about is that now that my my immune system is probably pretty weak right now, since I'm, you know, recovering, I'm really worried that she is going to bring home something else today after camp, just from, you know, interacting with lots of little kids. I mean, what are the chances that they're all 100% healthy? So I'm really worried that I will get super sick if she brings something home and we have another cold going around. So I just really, really, really hope that will not be the case. I'm super nervous about that. And I am super nervous about her starting preschool in August is when she starts, because that's going to be, let's same kind of scenario, you know, where she will be around a lot of little kids. And I just really hope we can get through it without all being ridiculously sick all the time. Because when I had my son last summer, she went to daycare for a little bit, for like 3 hours a day, 3 days a week for like a month. Just, you know, while he was a newborn, so I can have a little bit of time, you know, to get in the routine of things and get used to it. And we were so sick that entire month. She missed like half of that daycare, which is unfortunate because it was really expensive and you don't get a refund if you miss it because you're sick. And it was just awful. So I'm really, really worried about preschool. Sorry. Again, doing my eyeliner, can't talk. So what I tried to do, and hopefully this will be somewhat helpful, I don't know, is I chose a preschool that is not a daycare, but exclusively a preschool. So they don't have real little kids there. They don't have, I don't think they have anyone in diapers there. And they only do, I forget the exact hours, but there's like the morning preschool and then the afternoon preschool for about 3 hours. And then after that, I'm just gonna, I have to, for the eyelash curler to start heating up, you have to hold it like this for like a minute. So that's what I'm doing, in case you're wondering. So I'm hoping that most kids that go to that preschool will be kids whose parents don't work, or work, oh shoot, just knocked over my foundation, or work part-time, because they do have a little bit of extended hours, like you can bring your kid in a little earlier and pick them up later, but it's not like a daycare where you can literally leave them, you know, from early in the morning to like 6 o'clock at night. I don't think it's like that. So I'm hoping it's mostly people in the same situation as we are. So if their kid is sick, you know, the mother or the father stay home usually, so they'll just stay home with their sick kid. Because in daycare, like the one that she went to last summer, because it was daycare, most people there do work full time, and she was one out of like 2 kids that did it like preschool for 3 hours a day. Most kids were there, you know, like 6 in the morning to 6 at night kind of situation. And I mean, I totally understand some people have to work, and there's, you know, I don't mean anything bad by that at all. I just mean like if I was in that situation, you know, and I had to go to work and my kid was sick, you know, I'd take a sick day, but there's only so many sick days you can take, and kids get sick all the time. So say you already took a bunch of sick days, like you just can't do it again unless they have a fever. I think that they say you only, you can't bring your kid if they have a fever, but if they have like a runny nose or a cough, then you can bring them in. That's what they told me. And so I think that's what most people do, because, you know, you got to go to work. You can't get fired from your job. You got to pay the bills. And so most kids there, you know, do, especially like flu season, winter time, there's a lot of kids that, you know, have runny noses and are coughing and all that stuff because people just have no choice. And so of course there's going to be sicknesses going around. So I'm hoping that by signing her up for something that's not a daycare, that most people that go there don't utilize it as a daycare, and so they will not bring their kids there if they're sick, and so we will be sick less often, hopefully. I'm really hoping. This is something I'm like so paranoid about, sickness, just because I'm so tired of being sick all the time. I'm hoping to finally, you know, start being healthy. I feel like I'm constantly sick. And that is coming up in August, so not for a while, but she'll be going 3 hours a day, 3 days a week. So I will also have a little bit more free time for my videos and filming and stuff like that. My new hobby, which is wire wrapping jewelry. You should see this desk is a mess. Usually it's a mess because of makeup, but right now it's a mess because of wire wrapping supplies. Like I literally have all kinds of things like wire and pliers and all kinds of like beads. It's a mess. It's such a mess right now. I need to find a way to organize it. But that's been a hobby of mine that I have really, really enjoyed. And I'll make a video on it. I plan to make a video on it really soon. So what's in store for me these next, I guess next like week and a half is my mother-in-law is coming on Tuesday, next Tuesday. And she is going to be here for several days. It's going to be my son's birthday. On the 13th, he is going to be 1. So she wanted to be here for his birthday, so she's coming to visit. And then we are all flying up together back up north, which is where she's from, and that is where both me and my husband are originally from, up north. He's from Connecticut. And I am going, she's coming, basically, we plan to fly together, like on the same airplane and adjacent seats so that she can help me with the kids because I'm flying with both of the kids. My husband's staying here to take care of the dogs, and also he can't take that much time off of work, but I'm taking a month, or I'm not taking, I am going up there for a month with both of my children so that my parents can, you know, spend time with them and stuff. So I'm really excited. We have a lot of plans. We are going to the beach for a large chunk of it. My parents got a beach house there, so it's going to be really, really fun. And I'm going to try, while my mother-in-law is here, oh, sorry, I'm like sitting in a weird position. My leg is falling asleep. While my mother-in-law's here, I'm going to try to take advantage of that. Oh, shoot, I forgot the little brush to like brush through my eyelashes after I put on mascara. So hopefully I don't mess up because I got nothing to fix it with. I'm hoping to film a lot of videos while she's here. Take advantage of, you know, her being able to watch the kids and stuff and me having free time to do that. So hopefully I'll have a lot of videos pre-recorded. And also, does anybody know, so I was thinking, if I pre-record videos and I get them edited and I get them uploaded, but I just don't, like I don't publish it, or I don't mark it as public, so nobody can see the videos, then I can kind of, one at a time, on like the regular days that I post videos, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know, I'll just go in and select the next video and I'll mark it as public, and that video will kind of become available. So this way it's like I'm posting videos same as always, but I'm wondering if, because that video will technically be old, if it'll show up on people's feeds, like on their subscription, like really far down, you know, like the day that I uploaded it, not the day that I made it public so they could see it, so people will kind of not be able to see unless they scroll all the way down. Like they won't know there's new videos all the way down there. I don't know if that's what happens. It's just kind of a thought that I have. So if anybody knows from doing it themselves that way or something, let me know how it works, because I'm really curious. And if it doesn't do that, then that's something that I'll do. I'm also going to record on my vacation, obviously, and mostly kind of vlogs, but then, you know, I'm bringing some makeup with me, so a little bit of that. And yesterday was the 4th, and it was actually my husband and I's anniversary. We have been married for 9 years. So that is crazy because it's so long, 9 years. I was quite young when I got married. I was 21. So I think that's that's part of it. That's why I'm only 30, but I've been married for 9 years already. So that was really exciting. Next year will be 10. we're gonna try and like plan something special for our 10-year anniversary, like go somewhere, you know, like take a trip, leave the kids with my parents and take a trip or something. So this year we're gonna go out to eat. We haven't picked a restaurant yet. There's a few nice restaurants that we like that we're trying to figure out which one we want to go to, but we're gonna do that. And I've been sick, so whenever I'm, you know, better and I'm able to go out, we're gonna do that. And we are what else was I gonna say? Oh, so he got me the sweetest, oh, I wish I had it with me to show you. Well, I Instagrammed a picture of me, so, oh, a picture of me. I Instagrammed a picture of what he got me, so you can see there if you follow me on Instagram. This is a new lipstick that I'm going to be doing a review soon of a whole bunch of lip products from Monave Minerals. This one, I forget the name. I'll say it in my other video where I just show all of them to you, but this is one of their new ones. The 179 is the number, but I forget the name. Really pretty purpley color. That's what I'm going to put on. But the thing that he got me is, it's a necklace, but if you are into video games, then you will know exactly what it is. And if you are not, then you're not going to get it. But I'll explain it to you. There's a video game that we love. We love Elder Scroll games, and they have several games, like Skyrim's the most recent one, and Oblivion is the one before that. And it's an RPG. They have it for the computer, and we usually play it on Xbox. And we love those games so much. They're super long. Like, I think Skyrim took us like 200 something hours. So they're amazing. Are probably some of our favorite games are those. All right, so I think I'm done with my look. I don't think I forgot anything. Let me move this out of the way. All right, and center myself a little bit here. All right, so in the game, it's kind of like the setting is, I don't know, there's like swords and shields, you know, there's no guns or anything, and there's magic and stuff like that. And there's obviously things that you can equip on your character, and they have amulets, and there's one amulet that's called the Amulet of Mara. And there's like a goddess in the game called Mara, and I think she's a goddess of love. And the amulet is something that represents love, and it's something that you give somebody when you want to marry them, kind of like an engagement ring type thing. And so my husband found on Etsy, somebody made a replica of that amulet out of polymer clay, and it's really good. Like, it looks exactly like the one in the game. And it's not necessarily something, like, it's really bulky, and I really wish I brought it. It's really kind of like bulky and big. It's not necessarily something that you would like wear out to be stylish, but if you like the game, then it will be, you know, really cool and meaningful, as it was for me, especially because of what it stands for and, you know, what it symbolizes. So that the fact that he found that and got that for me on our anniversary, that was really, really sweet, and I loved it. I loved it so much. We kind of collect, collect video game memorabilia, so this will be part of that collection, and I'm so, so excited. So that is what he got me, and that was our anniversary yesterday. So that is it. This is my get ready with me look, and hopefully I'm going to check on my son. He's quiet, so I think he's still sleeping. Hopefully I can kind of grab all the things I need for my favorites video and go film that. And I will, if I do get a chance to film it, I will post that before I post this video, so in which case you will actually see that first. But that's my plan, and thank you so much for watching and getting ready with me. This is probably a super long video, but thanks for bearing with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.